The U.S. military is preparing to join the conflict between Israel and Hamas. How do I know this? No, it wasn't leaked on War Thunder. No, I don't have some unique relationship with some high-ranking person in the Pentagon. Is it the stories about the U.S. naval ship shooting down missiles and rockets heading into Israel and potentially some aimed at the ship? No. Is it because of the uptick in attacks on military posts throughout the Middle East? No. It's because two generals in two different branches put out two memos, one canceling a birthday party and one really screwing up about 400 soldiers' day. But before we learn about these two memos put out by generals, a word from our sponsor, War Planet Online. It may have been released in 2017, but every month it has over 120,000 players. War Planet Online is a massive multiplayer online game that's good for PC, iOS, Android, where you use strategy to launch virtual global warfare. War is always evolving, and how do you stay at your best? By evolving. Build your own bases and stockpile troops, tanks, and helicopters. And then conquer cities like New York and Berlin. Fight online players or the AI in the game. And don't forget the two new special units, drones and mechas. Drones are more offensive, while the mechas are defensive frontline units. And using them wisely will give you a competitive edge in battle. And don't forget to utilize the lieutenants to revolutionize your game. Each has an individual characteristic that you can attach to your troops or convoys, and that can improve your army's bonuses and special skills. Unlock your own lieutenants right now for free, like Lieutenant Wolfgang or Lieutenant Ayaka, each with their own amazing backstory. Install War Planet for free online by clicking the link below, and I'll see you in battle. Before we get to the general ruining 400 soldiers next several weeks, let's talk about the canceled birthday, because I find that interesting. A 2-star Marine general of CENTCOM put out a notice stating that a birthday party was going to be canceled, but not just any birthday party, the Marine Corps birthday party. The Marine Corps Ball, it's held every year, and those devil dogs love to party. In fact, the Marine Corps Ball has had some really interesting stories in the past of Marines asking out fairly famous people. I think Justin Timberlake and Betty White did. I heard Mia Khalifa sit up the Marines.
Being in the Army is worse than being on OnlyFans.
Wow.
You're selling your body to the government.
That's a first. But again, the Marine Corps Ball is a big deal, celebrated by every Marine. Big deal.
Sometimes they say huge.
So there must be a good reason why it was canceled, right? Well, let's read about it. I write to inform you of a decision I had to make regarding the Marine Corps 248th Ball, scheduled for 16 November 2023. Due to unforeseen operational commitments and the nature of our current mission, it is with great regret that we must cancel this year's event. Please know that this decision was not made lightly, and the chief consideration was the need to uphold the highest standards of readiness and the completion of our operational responsibilities. Major General McPhillips. An important note is that Major General McPhillips is in charge of Marine CENTCOM, Central Command, which is in charge of Central Asia. You know, the Middle East? Canceling one of the most important traditions for operational readiness, the area of which you operate is the middle of the East, which, if I'm not completely brain dead, is in a little bit of turmoil right now. Now, I like to compare the United States Marines to a quick reaction force. Similar to the 82nd Airborne of the United States Army, Marine units in the 82nd Airborne are supposed to be able to pick up and be dropped off anywhere in the world, mission ready, within about 72 hours, if I'm not mistaken. God, I don't want to be wrong. The whole 82nd Division is going to come shit on my page. Now, we know Special Operations soldiers are already there assisting and guiding troops from, I would assume, Israel. If it's both sides, well, that probably wouldn't be a first. Looking at you, CIA. But that's just the first memo we're going to talk about of the two. And this one's the cancellation of a major holiday for readiness in an area where shit's popping off. And if the birthday is only 2 weeks away, perhaps the Marine Corps is telling us that shit's about to get real. Now, the second thing is from the United States Army stating, hey, we're going to create 400 new recruiters. It's going to be 800 by December. Wow. That seems like a lot of recruiters. You might be saying to yourself, well, 400 recruiters right now is a real big bump in recruiters. So you're like, why do we want more recruiters right now? Well, a powder keg in the Middle East is about to explode, and the Marine Corps possibly, is preparing to be deployed there because CENTCOM canceled the Marine Corps birthday celebration. A number of these soldiers were already slotted to go to drill school, but then told, no, you're not going to drill school anymore. You're not going to be a drill sergeant. We're going to put you in recruiter school. Oh, by the way, you've got 2 weeks to get there. That That's right. 2 weeks. 400 soldiers in the middle of doing whatever the fuck they've been doing were given orders telling them that they are to report to recruiting school in the next 15 days. Fuck your family. Fuck childcare or the job that your spouse had. You better get up and get out of wherever the fuck you're at and go to recruiter school. And then, God knows where you're gonna be stationed to do recruiting. Are you in Alaska? Are you in Florida? I hope you like Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. And honestly, the entire thing reeks of desperation because if you are an E5, it states in the memo, a sergeant, the second that you pass and graduate from recruiter school, recruiter training, you will be promoted to staff sergeant. That's significant. But wait, there's more. If you get 24 enlistments in your first year of being a recruiter, which is not easy, don't fall for it, gang. Don't fall for it. Then you'll be promoted to Sergeant First Class, E7. So in reality, you could only be in the Army for 4 years and have your E5 pinned on you. You could be an NCO, a sergeant. And then immediately after recruiting school, we'll be generous and just say 3 months after. So 4 years and 3 months, you'll be promoted to E6. Wow, that's fast track. Staff Sergeant, 4.5 years. That's pretty darn quick. And then a year after that, in under 6 years, if you get 24 recruits in a year, you'll be an E7. A senior enlisted man with 6 years on. 6 or 7 years, and you've got your E7. Holy fucking shit. Now, I'm not saying you couldn't make E7 in 7 years on normal track if you were a high-speed troop. I've seen it happen. If somebody didn't make fucking internet videos. Of course, there's other factors in there, like does the Army need your job? Are you in some sort of specialized unit that can promote quickly because they need the guys and the experience? Whatever. But in those situations, that E7 has experience in their job, in their MOS, in their training. Whereas these now E7s will have only as much experience as a 4-year E5 sergeant, but be a senior NCO, and that time in between isn't getting better at their job. It's not better understanding their MOS, their military occupation specialty, whatever the fuck you do in the military. It'd be recruiting. So you'll have the brain of an E5 with the rank of an E7. You see my point? So I'm no conspiracy theorist. I'm not saying that these things are definite things and that A plus B equals C. But if you're on a date with a classy gal and her lipstick is spewed all over her face like she doesn't have a mirror, and she's screaming at persons that aren't really there next to her in the booth that you're sitting at, those red flags might tell you that she's nuts. Well, these red flags that I'm seeing, along with a couple other things, are telling me that the United States is not going to be caught with its pants down if something pops off. I guess the only concerning thing about everybody watching this happen across the entire globe is when is something going to happen. All right. See you next time, weirdos. Oh, and subscribe. I pissed off YouTube, and now the only people that are seeing this shit are people that subscribe. Send it to a battle buddy. Leave a comment telling me how stupid I am. Is the echo gone? I feel like I've solved the echo. I put up fucking sound blankets everywhere. Is it November 10th? Oh shit, when is the Marines' birthday? Yes, okay, good. I'm not an idiot. Totally. By the way, Army birthday, June 14th, 1775. First branch, get it. Even older than that is the National Guard, so National Guard holding it down.